Greetings humans, we are Upala, an anti-Sybil system for the apps and identity as a service in the future. Today there is no reliable way to tell humans apart from bots on Ethereum, neither there is on the traditional web, and in Upala we believe that over 1 billion people without any ID is a part of the same unique human problem. Existing solutions out there measure the probability of personhood in percents. We don't do that in Upala. Instead, our account score represents how much it would cost to forge this account. We have dollars instead of percents. The building block of Upala is a group. The group has a pool of money attached to it and a list of members with their scores. The user score is valued in dollars. It represents the amount of money that a user can steal at any time from the pool. This act of stealing results in deleting their ID. We call it explosion. The possibility of an explosion is what incentivizes groups to let only trusted members in. And DApps are able to trust those who didn't explode by seeing how much a group staked on them. The group in turn can earn for providing the scores. These are the only constraints of the protocol, but it's enough to create just the right incentives. As groups need large, low-explosion risk audiences, the apps need trusted groups as their score providers, and users need the highest possible scores. A market similar to insurance emerges, but instead of trading coverage for premium, in Upala scores are traded for solved captures, reputation, deposits, or other efforts. The competition among groups pushes the scores to be roughly equal to the cost of acquiring such a score, which from another perspective is the price of forgery, and as it is decided by the market, it's very practical to rely on when interacting with the user. Upala is a protocol, cross-chain by design. Anyone can create an Upala group around any trusted community or verification method. It could be a group based on SMS verification, a GitHub group, your favorite community, or a whole identity system wrapped into Upala protocol. Groups can also aggregate scores from multiple sources, enabling scores that are higher than a shadow market cost of a state ID, so it has a potential to become a substitute for that. And yep, that's our goal. But for now, we made this minimal viable anti-Sybil system called Blade Runner. The top group here is managed by a DAO, curates other groups, aggregates scores from them, and verifies the scores to the apps. Now let's get to the code. We put most of the efforts on the protocol and tools to interact with it. You can check the specification on GitHub. The user-facing app is called Multi-Passport. It's already on Rinkeby, so let's see how it works. First, I push the Register ID button. As we don't have any Upala ID yet, we will have an empty ID, and we'll now have to join some groups that will give us a score. So suppose we are a member of MetaCartel DAO, and they created an Upala group to provide its members with Upala score. So let's say they are giving out $10 score to every member. After we have a score, we will be able to interact with DApps. Let's say we can interact with a universal basic income app that gives a $1 to every account with score higher than $10. So we have 15 dice score actually, and we can interact with those universal basic income apps. But we don't want that. We'd rather explode and betray our friends at MetaCartel. So let's do that. After that, we'll steal that 15 die from the group's pool, and the MetaCartel will be notified that a member exploded, and they will not let us in again unless we probably repay this damage to them. So this is how it works. Thank you very much.